The Boise Fresno rivalry and stuff. I mean, when you entered the portal, and I know you have a relationship with Coach Montgomery. When he or Boise State first reached out, what was your kind of initial thoughts?
Honestly, I was excited because coming out of high school, Lee Marks was the coach over here, running back coach at the time, and he was recruiting me pretty hard, and I wanted to come here, play here, and it just didn't work out. So having that opportunity to come back, and then with it being J-Mo, I feel like he was one of my RB coaches that I've had over time that I connected with the most, who understood me as a person, not only as a person but as a football player as well. And I have a pretty unique personality, so being able to come back here and be reunited with him was awesome.
I know in college sports now people are transferring in conference. It's happening more and more. But I think when you committed, you said like you may not like it, but you're going to watch or something like that. I mean, did you get any grief from teammates over there or fans in Fresno about coming here?
Teammates, no. I didn't get any grief from any teammates. Maybe some former players that were on there. I could care less, honestly. The fans, it is what it is at the point. They're going to feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, I'm doing this for myself and my career and what I think that was best for me. And this was the best move for me. So they can feel how they want about it. But you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're going to watch it anyway when you come here to play. So
you mentioned wanting to come here out of high school. Was it just there wasn't a spot on the roster for you, or was it something, Fresno State, you saw something better at the time, was better for you at the time, or?
No, honestly, I think it was just at the time that the coaches that were here just didn't like a smaller back. You guys are usually having bigger backs, so I think it was one of those reasons. But no love lost, honestly. I understand everybody has their their ways and their philosophies, but I just had to put it on tape, and now I'm here.
Malik, you said you got a unique character. Where does this come from? Why is that important to the way you play too?
If you can see, I'm very animated. I talk a lot. I just have a very outgoing personality. So there is sometimes where I would say I'm probably just like playing around or something, but it may come off as serious. But I'm just playing though. But like I said, J-Mo, he really understood me in a personal way along with football. So it really helped.
Where does that come from though? Like where did you get from?
I don't know.
I
don't know. I just feel like I'm a wild child in my family. I'm the baby, so I think I'm the oddball. I just do a lot of things. A lot of my family is a little bit more mellow. I'm kind of the wild one.
When did you kind of realize that makes you kind of the player you are though? And is it nice to have somebody that the coaching staff that might embrace it too? Because there's probably some that might say shut it down or whatever.
Yeah, like you said, I've had some coaches previously, not like college, but like high school and youth growing up that say I need to tone it back a little bit. But I also had those coaches that poured into me and this is you, this is how you play, this is how you perform. So you just got to play your game. Yeah, obviously we got to make some tweaks, to get everything under control and stuff like that. But I just love football, man, and when I'm out there on that field, I feel like I'm a completely different person, But when I step off, I'm back to being Malik. But out there, I'm a dog. I don't got no friends besides my teammates. I'm out there to play. I'm trying to kill whoever on the other side of me. So.
Well, I think you feel, I guess it was a good time to try and stay. You said you had a relationship with J-Mo, but I guess why this off-season was it the time for you to
go? You mean leave from Fresno?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just felt like it was just the best move for me with some coaches changes happening over there and stuff like that. I just felt like, that it was just time for me to go somewhere else and try out a different path in my journey. So I said.
They have Sire, they have Breezy. I mean, it's a pretty good running back room. When you committed, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a nice get, be a return guy, maybe get some carries. But I was kind of like, well, I think if you want to get started somewhere, why would you come here where there's a great group of running backs? Now the way it's played out and what you did in spring and stuff, I mean, you may end up being the starter. I mean, what was it about this opportunity that you saw in terms of playing time and betting on yourself or whatever that made you want to come here?
Well, yeah, I have the utmost confidence in myself. But coming here and seeing that the group that was here, then obviously, they had Ashton, but, Cy got mixed up in there, Breezy and Dylan. So seeing that those guys played early, I knew I was going to come in here and it was going to be a tough role to fit into, especially being around with such a group of good guys. So I just look forward to the challenge, though. Cy's a great back, Dylan's a great back, Breezy's a great back. We all have a lot of great backs in there that can get the job done. So when you have a room like that, it's hard to make decisions, but that's what pushes all us to be our best every day.
And with some of those guys like in spring being out with injuries and stuff, and you got a great opportunity and obviously took advantage of it. I mean, did you kind of say it when you saw like you were gonna get a lot of reps in spring and stuff, and early this fall, like, hey, this is my chance to kind of prove that I'm more than like a third down back or something?
Yeah, I just, just every opportunity that I get, I'm trying to prove myself and just prove my worth to this team because, this team is very good. Boise State is a very good football team, a very good football program, and they're known to go deep in the season. So, and like I said, they had a generational back last year. So, with that, I knew that I have some really, really big shoes to fill, and I have the utmost confidence in myself that I'll be able to fill those shoes. But as we all know, he is a once in a lifetime back. So I'm just going to do whatever I can to contribute to this team.
2 years ago, when you were playing Boise State, you had that kickoff return for a touchdown. Had a little fun with the Broncos after. Do you remember what you said after that?
No, I think I just maybe said like y'all can't hold me or something like that.
Has anyone given you grief about that or
Oh
kind
yeah.
of brought that up?
When I first got here, I was hearing it for like the first month for sure. It was like everything that had to do with Fresno, I was getting jabs at for sure. But it's calmed down for sure. I feel like we all understand that I'm a Bronco now.
When you do your talking on the field, do you think of before what you're going to say, or does it kind of come to you in the moment?
It's a little bit of both. If I may see a little article or something like that, I usually like go in there and try to find out like maybe like if they have any girlfriends or something like that. And I just say something like that to get into their head. Like it's like, oh, how do you even know my girlfriend? Like, yeah, I do my work. I do my research. So
I remember you telling me that in Mountains Media Days last year.
Yeah.
Just going back to that kickoff return, is it kind of crazy how life works? I mean, covered Boise State for a long time, and that kickoff return changed a lot about this program. And without it, you might not be here either. Like I don't know. Is it? You ever think about like how big that was?
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, it's kind of surreal because if I'm being honest, like going into that game, as you know, it's a big rivalry, so there was a lot of like hate towards each other, and and everyone didn't like each other. So for me to do that and then to have such a big game, and then to be a big game for the milk can as well, for us to have that, and then to make the decision to come back over here, and now we got to go get the milk can back. So it's definitely a surreal feeling, and I definitely can't wait to play against them boys.
I say this kind of in jokingly fashion, but I mean that led in an indirect way to Spencer being here too. I mean, they made a coaching change like a week later. I mean, has anyone told you thanks or anything? Or
nah, I haven't really. I didn't even know anything about that, to be honest.
You never lost a milk can. Did you ever lose a milk can game there, or did you?
I think I did.
You did? Okay.
2021 because we lost and then we came back here for the championship.
Okay, gotcha.
So you're 6th year. How old are you now, Malik?
I'm 22. I turned 23 on the 14th of August.
We'll remember that then.
Appreciate that.
Sai is 18 years old.
Yeah.
He played at 17 years old for a little bit last year. You've been through everything. He's had some ups and downs lately. What's it like to kind of get to know him, and now in your role, like let him know what he's still capable of?
Yeah, no, it's awesome, honestly. And if I'm being 100% honest with you, when I first came here, I was really surprised by Sai for him being one of the youngest guys in the room. When I came in, I thought he was the leader of the room. I thought he was one of the older guys. So it's just the way he carries himself, how he talks to us, and how he brings everybody around him together. He's in the leadership group. So that should tell you a lot just how he lives on and off the field. Like he does everything the right way. So like I said, I was very surprised with someone coming in that young and having his head on straight and really just getting his head down, putting his head down and working, because that's all he does.
So what do you think that dude can do?
He could do a lot. I couldn't even put it into words. I feel like he just has such a great build. He's powerful. He's strong. He's explosive. I think me and him are gonna be a real problem.
in terms
you
of
had some injuries last year, right? Some injury issues.
I had an injury, yes, sir.
I guess what was going on there, and how are you feeling after the full season?
Yeah, I just had a high ankle sprain. I'm feeling great though now.
in terms of the kick and punt return game, I mean, was that? I know obviously running back's a big part of it, but I mean, just seeing they had some struggles in that area last year. I mean, was that a big part of your recruitment too? Like, hey, come in and change the game for us and be a main player in those areas.
Yeah, for sure. I've always, my dad always told me it's good to. They said back in his day, they called it the utility man. Where you could play any position. So they said being a valuable asset like that to a team is very important. It just brings more and more value to yourself. So I just try to be able to put myself. If I can plug myself in whatever position I can and be impactful and explosive, then I'm more than willing to do that.
You mentioned the playing late in the season. Just coming to a place like this with expectations of, if they don't go to the playoff, it's a disappointment around here. I mean, just what's that done to kind of re-energize you in your 6th year here, and just to kind of see what's possible, you know, with a program like this?
Yeah, it's done a lot, especially coming here. Like I felt like I started all over again. You know, like I was a freshman back again. I got to learn everybody's names and stuff like that. But honestly, it was great. Honestly, I felt like it was exactly what I needed. You know, it humbled me for sure, brought me back down, and just got me back to getting my head down and working. And that's the only thing that really matters.
For you, what kind of goals do you have set for this year for yourself?
I still haven't touched the band rushing yards, so I'm trying to do that for sure. That's probably the main goal. Then just continuing just to get better, really. I feel like we all know the ultimate goal, which is after season. So after we're done playing college football, so I just got to continue to do what's necessary to get to there.
That's
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Was it